They call it the Northeast Kingdom, Northeast Vermont. That's where I'm headed right now with all of my camera gear in tow in the van. I'm getting a late start on today, but I want to get to a ledge for sunset called Nichols Ledge. They actually have a picture of it in the visitor center I'm at right now. I had wanted to stop at the Groton State Forest, do some hiking there on the way if I have time. But the number one thing I want to do is one of the most scenic spots in the United States. Shoot a sunrise at a beautiful pond up there called Turtle Head Pond. That'll have to be in the morning. Right now, I need to get a move on. Like I said, I got a late start on the day and I have no idea where I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm going to have to camp somewhere out there in the woods. Looking forward to that too, but also a little scared. It tends to be more patrolled up there during peak leaf peeping season. Anyway, enough talk. I want to get to the trailhead. Beautiful colors right now, but unfortunately I need to stop at a gas station. I have no food for tonight. It's a very scenic gas station here nestled among the mountains. I'm going to be sleeping in the woods. I need something to scarf down. I don't have time to cook or anything like that. Pretty luxurious gas station. They have a whole restaurant, diner area inside. But I guess it's closed. I'm going to have to stick to pre-made meals. Not a lot of variety in there, but I did get a chicken noodle soup. That'll have to be my dinner tonight, and a coffee. First place I'm going to is the trailhead for Owl's Head Ledge in the Groton State Forest. One of the best bang for your buck views. I keep seeing these beautiful farmhouses on the tops of mountains around here. I wonder if they really appreciate this spectacular view. You know, it's like when you live in a place too long, you start to take it for granted. It's like all the skyscrapers in downtown Boston, the high-rise apartments with balconies. I never see anyone on them. Even at sunset, I'd never see anyone using their beautiful balcony. It's like, I don't know, kind of the same thing. I would kill to have real estate like that. I'm on the final stretch, the road up to the Owl's Head trailhead, and this car in front of me is just not built for this road. This road is pretty rough, and when you have low clearance like that and crappy tires, you should heed the signs and not come up here. He keeps stopping, and it's just making this drive take forever. On second thought, I don't think I'm gonna bring my camera to the ledge, just my video camera, which is my iPhone, maybe my drone. This ledge is beautiful. I want to save all that battery juice for the sunset though. Nichols Ledge. Just so many great ledges to shoot from around here. Still a lot of green here. I find the elms hold on to the green longer than any other tree. The maples have started to turn, but the leaves are turning dry and withered and not like that rubbery red very quickly. I think that's because we've had a bit of a drought lately. I only remember it raining like 2 days in the past 3 weeks. That is Haywood Mountain right through the window. There's a little gazebo here up at the top in case it's raining or something. But if you really want the best view, you have to go around to the other side and see the iconic Camel's Hump. One of the most iconic mountains in New England, if not the country. I think they put it on their nickel or quarter some time ago. Where I'm pointing in that shot right there is the iconic Camel's Hump. Great view of that and the whole ridgeline here. One of these mountains is Haywood. Another one I think is called Deer's Hill. There's a trail here. You can hit all of these peaks. If I had all day, I would totally do that. I would also like to go around and shoot some of the ledges around here. There's a bunch more, but I have limited time, and with popular places like this, it's hard to get here without other people, you know? The worst part is when they sit on the most iconic spot in the whole park where everyone wants to get photographs of, and they just camp out there. I have a feeling these guys might be here until sunset, so I'm gonna move on. I'll hit the other side of the mountain, then I need to get back down to the van, get to the other trailhead. I doubt you can really see the colors on the hills right now because it's still midday, and the midday light is very cyan, just washes out all the other colors of the spectrum. But there's still a lot of green on the mountains here. Most people seem to consider peak fall foliage when everything is more orange and homogeneous. I like it when there's still a bunch of green left. I feel like you get every color of a rainbow, you know? Well, at least the leaf rainbow, I should say. Very nice day here. I want to get to Nichols Ledge, though, and get away from all of these crowds. They are driving me nuts. Coming here on a weekend in fall is just asking for trouble. You're gonna get people in your shot, I understand that. If you want this place to yourself, you wanna come here at a weird time, like 8 a.m. on a Tuesday or something like this. Although this spot is a much better spot for sunset, not sunrise, if you wanna capture all the light in the sky. Speaking of sunsets, where I'm going right now might also have a crowd on it. I've got a secret weapon though. I'm staying late. If I don't get the sunset shot I want, I will do some astrophotography right there on the ledge. If you've only one weekend to see fall colors in Vermont, I recommend coming here, the Groton area. This is the Groton State Forest where I'm at right now. There's not only Owl's Head Ledge, there's a bunch of ledges here and a bunch of lakes. You can spend all day hiking here, maybe even 2 days. I've done it. And within about a half-hour drive north is Nichols Ledge, where I'm going right now for sunset. And actually not even a half hour, like 10 minutes south of here is Turtle Head Pond, one of the most beautiful lakes in this country. I'm going to go there for the sunrise tomorrow morning. But like I said, it's about a half hour to Nichols Ledge, so I did want to capture some golden hour light there. I'm going to get a move on. Driving this stretch sure is fun. Getting the old brakes to work out. It's a big roller coaster. But there is no cell service anywhere here. So I recommend bringing a paper map if you don't already know the route. I know going to Nichols Ledge, you can only get at it through one way. Google Maps will route you the wrong way. I learned that the hard way. Here we go, and there's just enough space for my van. I'm gonna sneak in next to this guy. Holy cow, that drive is a wild ride. Like I said, don't use Google Maps to get here. You wanna come in from the south via like a counterclockwise route around the main pond that's here. You also want a good suspension and high clearance if you have it. These roads back here are not ones you want to F around with in a regular car. All right, I got here a little bit early. Sunset's in a little over an hour. That's great. I'll get some golden hour light. Time to get my crap together. I'm actually going to stealth up my window right now because when I get back here, it will be dark, and I just don't like people looking in to the van when I'm at trailheads, you know, sense of privacy. I want to bring my drone if I get a chance to fly it, if there aren't too many people around. I did get LANC clearance earlier. I can't bring the whole box, though. I'm just going to bring the drone and the controller so it fits inside my case. I'm hoping the fact that there are only 3 other cars here means there are only 3 other photographers here. I can deal with 3 people on the ledge. Last time I was here, a busload of Indian tourists, I'm talking like 15, 20 people, all came and crowded the ledge. It's a popular spot. It is a Sunday. I'm not here on a Saturday, which is the peak day. I am before most of the fall colors, so should be relatively quiet. I am also definitely bringing a headlamp. I've got one in the bag. I'm bringing a second one I'm wearing around my neck. I don't mess around with the light. Like I said, I'm going to stay here late, capture this beautiful sunset, and I might even spend the night here. I just passed a couple on the way down. That's got to be a good sign. A little less crowded on the ledge. I see a few people. It's right up here. Nichols Ledge, I think the town is Woodbury or maybe Cabot or Peacham. I don't get cell phone service here, so I can't look anything up with any definition. It's a beautiful spot though. I've been here many times before. Whenever I came here before, I get down on this lower step right here, hanging right over a 200, 300 foot drop. I don't feel the need to take those risks anymore. I'm one step back. I'm gonna set up a time lapse, my tripod, bust my camera gear out. I just waited out some people who left, causing a real ruckus here, and I have the ledge to myself. I'm hoping it stays that way for the next hour because I'm gonna shoot all the changing light here. The clouds, look at that, they're looking pretty stormy in this direction, which is great. I had a stormy day. I wanna watch them all pass. I wanna watch the light show and just have a grand old time. I think I'm done talking for the day. That was pretty awesome. What a serene spot. Had it all to myself too. Made some mistakes while shooting. Moved the tripod around a bit too much. Wish I stayed in a stationary spot and captured the range of light. This place looks best when the light is still over the horizon, you know, shining on all the forest, lighting up all the trees. But you get the best sky after it goes down, of course, and the land is all in shadow. I'm not sure which shot I'm gonna like the best. Right now, I do want to get back to the van. A ledge is a spooky place to be after dark, and I need to think about what I'm doing tonight. I think I'm just gonna stay here. I need to scope out the scene a little bit back there. Yeah, I want to get out of here. This place is pretty remote. I don't get cell service here, and this trail just disappears in the dark, as most do this time of year when there's less foliage on the trees. And the white markers of the trail just look like moss or lichen or something. This one doesn't have any trail markers at all, actually, so it's even worse than that. I'm actually pretty glad that those cars forced me to park right up against the trees here, right in the edge of the parking lot. Because if I remember correctly, most cars come up from this way, and coming up from the south, they'll only notice my car at like the last second, if that matters. What I'm most worried about is like a state park ranger. I don't think this is a state park. I don't think it gets patrolled. It's definitely not part of the Green Mountains National Forest, so I'm not worried about them. I just don't want any trouble in the night. I don't want to be asked to move. There's nowhere else to park around here that I know of. I am also stealthing up my rear window back there. I don't want any light to get out. I'm going to try editing what I can for a few minutes anyway. But I want to go to bed early because I want to go to that Turtlehead Pond for sunrise. Sorry for the gratuitous foot footage. Just need to like relax my leg muscles for a second. Yeah, so I need to get up at like 4 in the morning to get all that stuff together. And tomorrow's a work day too, so I got to get to a spot to work. Going to be a long day, so I'm going to call it a night very early. Yeah, I think I'm going to say goodnight for now, folks. I'll see you again in the morning for the most spectacular shoot yet. It's 5:20. I gotta get a move on. It's about a half-hour drive to where I want to shoot the sunrise. And the light show starts an hour before sunrise, so you want to get there early. As for this sleep spot, I had no problems. No one came during the night. Just absolute quiet here. Actually, some weird animal noises during the night. But other than that, I had a great time here. Yeah. There's no one on the road, so for the first time in a while, I'm going to use my little light panel right here. Turn on my massive floodlights. Watch this. Yeah, that's how I like to drive. What a world of difference these floodlights make. It just makes the whole driving at night experience so much less stressful. These roads are all dirt, and they're twisty and turny, and one lane wide. I've had to pass a few cars, not this morning, but yesterday, and it was a little precarious. I'd hate to do that at night. It's also freezing cold, 41 degrees. Yeah, I am blasting the heat. I wish I'd got my coat out of storage. I might freeze at this pond. Here we are. I am the only person here. I have the parking lot to myself. Should have backed in. I made it to Turtlehead Pond, which is kind of a miracle. You're putting a lot of faith in Google Maps getting here. There's no service, just tons of twisty, turny roads. I did jump out and set up my time lapse here on the shore, but it is 32 degrees outside right now. I'm freezing just inside here. I'm going to stay in here, crank the heat for another 5 minutes or so, then jump outside, set up my camera gear, get the shot. You know, getting up early like this after little or no sleep, in the middle of nowhere in the freezing cold, this is what I used to do with photography. This is how I used to feel this kind of thing. It's a labor of love. That was just magical. The way the fog dances across the water, that cliff as it becomes more and more exposed as the sun comes up. I love this spot so much. It's just got a little of everything. But I am freezing. I have no cell service. I need to work in a couple of hours when the workday starts. And I need to find a place to do that. A Dunkin' Donuts somewhere. I got some driving to do, so it's time to pack up. I got what I came for. The fall colors have just come so early this year. It's already peaking at that pond, and today's the first official day of fall. I think I'm gonna go to a Dunk's just outside Montpelier, the state capital. It's about a half-hour drive from here. That right there is my Esperbacher heater. I should have fired it up last night. I just came under to look, make sure everything is in order. Thankfully, there is a Planet Fitness here in Montpelier. I just got myself a shower, a shave. I feel great. I actually have about a half hour left of sunset. I thought I'd drive south. I do need to get towards Boston tonight. Yeah, tomorrow's my downtown day, but there's plenty of beauty to see along the way. I might just pull over wherever I am and catch the sunset. Gonna drive towards the Keshi Gorge, which is about an hour south of here. The Keshi Gorge is, well, it's a gorge. You know what a gorge is. I'm sure there's some fall colors out in bloom. I remember you're able to hike down to the bottom. So I'm punching that to Google Maps. That's the next destination. Thought I'd hit a gas station before I head south. Get food, get dinner, get coffee. This one is a nice one. It's huge. It's like a little mall. So I'm getting a garden salad, some other stuff. They have that 1 liter Diet Coke size that I love. Got myself a dinner in there. I'm all set for tonight. Got pretzels, got the 3 Ps, got everything. And decided to plop myself down on one of these Adirondack chairs right outside. Enjoy my banana and my coffee too. And just relax for a second. This is actually the nicest gas station I've ever been to. You know, I've had this thing where I just feel like I need to be moving around all the time, maximizing my time, making sure I have something to show for every hour. That's partially a YouTube thing, but mostly something that's changed me since I've started living in a van. This need to always be moving around, this restlessness. It's only amplified since I moved into the van. Can't remember the last time I just plopped myself down and just squandered the time and enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna do that right now. I might watch the sunset right here at this little Irving gas station just outside Montpelier. I've got a pretty sweet setup here in the comfort of my driver's seat. I set up my time lapse right here on the window, just staring at the Irving 24-hour gas station, capturing the change in light. Not exactly a cliff or a pond, but interesting nonetheless, watching the trucks come and go. It's a little bit of a light show. Vermont is so pretty, and, you know, nice gas stations is part of any road trip. Now I've got to do the long drive back towards the Boston area. I think it's going to be about 3 hours from here. Got a ways to go. Gonna stealth camp tonight. Not sure where. Possibly Framingham. I don't know. I'll feel it out when I get there. Tomorrow, I was planning on going downtown into Boston, but I might not have to. I've got a separate thing on Tuesday or Thursday. I don't know what day of the week it is, but I don't need to go into the office twice. So I might stealth camp somewhere on the way. It depends how tired I get on this drive down. I just needed to relax for a bit and enjoy the light show. I think I'm ready to get back on the road now, though. They removed the stopper thing on the handle here, so I have to clench my hand for like 10 minutes. That's how long it takes to fill up a huge gas tank. I have the extended range gas tank, and it's nearly empty. I had something like 20 miles worth of fuel left, and still an hour to go. It's such a long drive from northern Vermont down to the Boston area. I'm gonna be getting there late, like 11 p.m., maybe even close to midnight. I'm gonna make one cruise through a neighborhood I often stealth camp in because it'll make tomorrow so much easier. Hopefully there's something available. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go to a plan B a little outside the city. I just want to get there though. I'm so sick of these long drives. Interesting gas station though. They have shower stalls in the bathroom. Got myself a little garden salad to supplement that meager sandwich I got at the other place. All right, I got food, I got fuel, I got another hour to go. Let's see how the stealth camping for tonight situation plays out. I really don't want any drama. I don't feel like hunting for a spot tonight. I'm going to a safe spot, a pay-per-use spot. It's safe, it's easy, it's $6 a night. It feels good to be parked finally off the road. I was so tired there, and my contacts are absolutely killing me. But the weekend adventure is over. I did everything I wanted to do this weekend. Got up to Vermont, got to that Nichols Ledge that I've talked so much about, got to the Owl's Head in the Groton State Forest, drove around the Northeast Kingdom, and last but not least, shot that beautiful sunrise at Turtlehead Pond. I did shoot a lot on my camera, just like photographs and stuff. I don't know when I'll ever have the time to develop those. Like, when I get back to my van at the end of the night, I'd rather work on the video than work on the photos. I shoot in RAW, so you have to do a lot of processing and stuff. Bring the color and the details out. Yeah, it's a lot of multimedia that I'm suddenly tasked with dealing with, and time is the most precious and scarce commodity in my life lately. I'd love to go through all of that stuff tomorrow, all through all that footage, but I have to work. I gotta get up super early, get downtown. I think that's what I'll do. Which means setting my alarm for 6 o'clock in the morning. This morning I woke up at 5. I actually set the alarm for 5:30, so I'm running on low sleep already. Yeah, but it was a beautiful adventure. The fall colors are already peaking in the Northeast Kingdom. If you can get yourself up to Vermont to see the fall colors this fall, or any fall, I highly recommend you do it. If you have only one weekend to go, I recommend the Groton State Forest because there's tons of places to shoot within a half hour of there. Yeah, I have other news I'm not sure if I should share. I'm not sure what to share with my personal life. As you know, I was seeing a girl in New Hampshire for the end of summer. We decided to end it on the last day of September. We just could not make our lifestyles and schedules and work and priorities align, but we did have great fun together while it lasted. So you won't be seeing her on my channel anymore. I just want to put that out there because I'm sure you'll all have questions. I never know what to share. It was very hard entering into a relationship while also vlogging and stuff. It's hard to hide elements of my life when I'm talking like this. I'm just talking off the top of my head, I don't have scripts or story arcs or any of that nonsense. It all just kind of comes out at the end of the day. But just wanted to put that out there. Anyway, thanks for watching this adventure. I'll be in Boston for a few days. Probably be shooting around here, doing something cool, some hijinks. It never ends, van life. I got a fan to fix. There's a video right there. Until then, peace out.